Just made some alterations on the grid to that bike. I hope it's all worked out. I think they just changed the jetting, trying to get that sorted. Remember, he's just got off the 600cc machine, so he'll be ready to rock.
I'm just amazed at how easily they change the jets on these machines, but we are indeed off. As you can see, 2 waves, so a dozen riders in the first wave are on board now with Chris Palmer, and he's absolutely been swamped off the start.
Yeah, listen, they have to slip the clutch a great deal of it. There is the Dunlop boy, William Dunlop, on the number 1 bike. He didn't get to a terribly good start, but he's underneath the fairing, underneath the screen there, heading down the hill towards York Corner. There he is, and number 18 is Paul Robinson.
Paul Robinson started beside him on the front row, got the drop on him when the lights went out, and now leads. And I think we've got Chris Palmer in the mix there, but that looked as though it could have been John Vincent, number 28. It was. What a start that was from the outside of the second row.
Yeah, and number 18, Paul Robinson, never won a Northwest 200, would dearly like to. There is the favourite, number 1, and like you said, number 28 there that came off the second row. John Vincent, through they go, Mill Road roundabout.
Chris Palmer was the man behind Vincent, and of course what Paul Robinson said was he can't retire until he wins Northwest 200.
He's going to have to go some, because there goes the speed of that Honda, the little Honda number 1 there of William Dunlop.
He certainly was the quick man. He was the pole man. He's the winner last year. I wonder what they've done to the jet though, and whether, I mean, it's just such a suck it and see thing with jetting on these things. It's art and black magic. It's not science, is it?
No, we're on board with Chris Palmer, and that little engine screaming away there. There's not a lot in it. There's a huge amount of slipstreaming takes place here with these 125s, pulling about 135 miles an hour, can you believe, from a 125 single cylinder 2-stroke.
Paul Robinson getting threatened from all sides. He's got Dunlop, he's got Robinson, he's got Chris Palmer moving up. Listen to the clutch.
Yeah, you have to slip the clutch even in first gear, get them in the power band, and don't start pulling until they get to about 8,000 RPM.
Over the link road and now into the Ballysally roundabout, and who's that on the ground? Looked okay to me. Didn't even have time to see the number, because we're back up front with the leaders, shoulder to shoulder. That's what 125 racing is all about. They are light enough to pass almost anywhere, and the other thing is just keeping the speed up. Every time you back off the throttle, you're losing a little bit of an advantage and opening yourself up to attack from somebody else. He was indeed okay walking away from it. Still can't see who that is, but there's Chris Palmer hard on the heels of 18 Paul Robinson.
Yeah, that's our cameraman there, number 5 Chris Palmer, who's giving us all those shots. There is the number 18 bike of Paul Robinson. We had a shot just a little while ago of Neil Durham. He was out there, number 25. He's having some help from Michael Wilcox, the ex-rider from round here, who's here holiday making, but helping him out. But up front here, it is still a 3-way battle.
And who's that stopping?
That's William Dunlop. William Dunlop into the pits there, or in the slip road there. Has that jetting gone wrong? So that was number 1 William Dunlop out of the race. That doesn't sound very good either.
Sounds like he's hit the rev limiter. That's
a
not
problem,
good, is it?
That's an electrical problem, I would say. It's still spinning up, it's not seizing up. So he's out, our cameraman's gone, there he is. Unfortunately, number 5, Chris Palmer from Castletown, Isle of Man, is out of the race, and he was looking forward to a great result here. Leg goes out for him to pull in. That's a great shame for him.
It is, because he loves 125 racing. He loves his 2 strokes, Chris Palmer. And of course, he's one of those lightweight racers that we've been talking about, who have the opportunity to shine when they get on board these smaller bikes. And speaking of opportunity to shine, what about this for Paul Robinson?
Yep, his father Mervyn used to race here. He was part of the famous Amoy Armada. So here we are on the last lap. Number 18, Paul Robinson. He was desperate for a win. He said he wasn't going to retire until he got one for the family. I'm sure this will be an emotional moment for him if he can hold it together. It's all about reliability. It'll
be an emotional moment for the fans around the course as well, because the Robinson family, as you say, part of the history. This area is steeped in all of that history. The Amoy Armada from just down the road, and of course Ballymoney, Joey's hometown, just down the road 10 miles away from here, and he's related to Robert and Joey were his uncles by marriage. Mervyn, his father, a racer around here for years and years. Traditional moment for him and the family, and also for all of the loyal local fans who understand all of that background.
Yeah, bike sounding good, looking good at the moment as he flicks through that chicane. Half a lap remaining, and that's going to leave John Vincent in a nice second place, and here he comes through. That is number 28, John Vincent.
we're so used to seeing 125s packed shoulder to shoulder in every corner, but these boys have spread it wide open around the course. Look at the fans.
I was going to say, programmes being waved here for him. A few more corners remaining for Paul Robinson to take his first incredible win here at the Northwest 200. You've got to say that he would have had a harder time if William Dunlop's bike hadn't have packed up, I'm sure of that, but nevertheless it's first across past the flag that wins.
Well, of course we lost Chris Palmer as well, and although he wasn't right there at the time, Chris Palmer always in the mix, so two big competitors have gone out of this. But you can't, as you say, you can't take it away from him. If you're there when the flag drops and racing, you are the winner.
Yeah, all the locals cheering him on. This will be a very, very popular win for him as he heads through Church Corner. Screams that little 125 climbing up the hill underneath the railway bridge, and everyone going absolutely mad here today for him. Conditions pretty much perfect now. It's breezy, it's cool, and that Honda has been working very, very well. The Impact Conveyor Parts Honda.
And around 100,000 people packed into the triangle to watch the racing today. A lot of them will be along the coast road, this final section, this emotional run to the checkered flag. And a lot of the fans will be gathered in this coast road, the Causeway Coast Road from Port Rush and Port Stewart. And they are cheering him on as he rounds the final corner down into the chicane across the start-finish line. And there is the checkered flag for Paul Robinson. An absolutely perfect victory, and look back, there's so much air behind him.
Yeah, that's be a good result for Neil Durham. He's heading home for a fourth place. He's a newcomer here on Aprilia. I'm not sure if an Aprilia's ever won here before, finished here before.
And also there, something for the locals, something else for the locals to cheer about. 33 just going through and taking the checkered flag there is Sam Dunlop. Something else for the local fans to cheer for, but most of the attention, of course, is going to be focused on the top step of the podium and that fantastic local win after years of trying.